Have you heard people talk about creatine, maybe at the gym, maybe on social media, or believe it or not, my 80-year-old mom texted me today and her doctor is talking about it. And you may be wondering, okay, but what does this actually do for me now in midlife? And if you have those questions, you are not alone. Most women I talk to are curious, but they're cautious. They've heard like creatine has something to do with bodybuilders, trying to bulk up their muscles. But it seems they're also starting some real research about its role in menopause. And that is really exciting to me. We can use creatine in menopause for our muscle, energy, and even our brain health. So today I want to walk you through how to use creatine safely in your midlife fitness routine with clear steps, very simple science, and what to expect when you start using creatine. And by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what to buy, how much to take, when to take it, and how this small habit can make a big difference in your strength and stamina. Welcome back to the Menopause Method. My name is Cam Allen, and we're going to talk about creatine. It is not for the guys only in the gym. It is for us too. When I first tried creatine, I'll be honest, it was mixed in a pre-workout and it was during my CrossFit days. And it must have been loaded with caffeine and some other weird stuff because my face got really red, I got itchy, and I felt like my heart was going to beat out of my body. That had nothing to do with the creatine and everything to do with the pre-workout. That was the only time I've ever tried pre-workout. Pre-workout is not for me. So here I am, 56 years old and almost 7 years into menopause, and I decided to use creatine again. So when I hit menopause, my motivation completely changed. It wasn't about performance in the gym. And like I said, pre-workout was not for me. It was really about protecting my body and learning how to feel vibrant and have energy to do the things that I want to do. I want to protect my muscles, my bone density, and my energy. And guess what? Creatine came a part of how I take care of myself now. Now, I didn't start with creatine. Over the past few years, I've had like spurts of where I'm really consistent and use it often. I'm currently in one of those spurts. I'm about 3 months in, and I'm telling you, I feel better. I take creatine not to hit personal records in the gym anymore, but actually to feel steady and strong for the long haul. Like I really notice a difference in my energy and my brain. So we're going to talk about the brain part too. We're going to talk about what creatine actually does in plain, simple English. Guess what? Your body makes creatine naturally and it stores it in your muscles and in your brain. Kind of think of it as your quick charge battery for energy. And when you move and when you lift weights, or even when you think really hard, creatine helps your cells refill the energy tanks faster. So it's kind of like this little spark in your thinking. But here's the catch. Of course, there's always a catch. As we age, especially after menopause, our natural production drops. Are you surprised? Of course it drops. And with lower estrogen, our ability to make and recycle this energy efficiently also drops. Maybe you've noticed that now that you're in menopause. That's where supplementing can really help. So we're not adding something weird. We're actually replacing what your body used to make more easily. And why this matters now is in menopause, women lose 1% to 2% of their muscle each and every year if you're not strength training. And I just need to say this out loud. Lifting weights is a non-negotiable in my world. We're not trying to beat ourselves in the gym. We're not trying to lay in the puddle of sweat on the ground after our workouts. We are literally investing in our future every time you lift weights. So we know muscle supports our metabolism. The more muscle you have, the more active your metabolism is. We also know that it helps our bone health, our balance, and our mood. All of those things are not about vanity. They're about vitality. Creatine helps in 4 powerful ways. So let's break this down. More muscle means more strength. It helps you push out that extra rep or two. And those extra reps over time, whether it's a deadlift or it's carrying in your groceries or picking up your grandkids, you're going to feel the difference in everyday life. 100%. Number 2, better recovery. Workouts feel smoother and soreness doesn't hang out for days. And you're less likely to skip because you're not feeling too wiped out. So it's kind of like this beautiful cycle. When you're wiped out, you don't want to work out. But when your recovery's on point, you do want to keep moving. Number 3, Sharper thinking. Creatine also lives in your brain and not just your muscles. Research shows it can improve your focus and reduce your mental fatigue. I can claim this as true for me. It helps support your memory, especially when your estrogen is low. We know that we have estrogen receptor cells all over our body. And as we age and lose our estrogen in menopause, and also we're not making enough as much creatine as we used to, of course we're going to feel it. Energy, fatigue, it's real. I hear it all the time. And also, I lived it. Number 4, your mood and your energy is going to be more stable. Hello, that sounds beautiful. When your body has reliable energy at the cellular level, you don't swing between wired and tired as much. Your nervous system feels steadier. Huge win. So, what would it be like if your workouts actually felt easier again? Not because you're doing less, but because your body's energy system is finally the support it's been asking for. So, here's your step by step guide how to use this creatine safely. We're going to make it super practical and super simple. Step 1, choose the right kind. Do not choose pre workout kind with artificial flavors and artificial whatever. I don't even know what was in that. You just want plain creatine monohydrate. That's it. It is the most studied and most trusted form. Look for clean, simple, single ingredient powder. In fact, in the notes today, I have the foundational 5 supplements, and in there it includes everything you need to know about creatine. So make sure you check out the notes after this episode. Number 2, find your dose. Here's what I do, and I've been consistent for a while now. I do 10 grams a day. I split it into 2 servings. So I do 5 grams in the morning and then 5 grams in the afternoon. I like to think of it this way. 5 grams are for my muscles because those are really important. It's part of my metabolism. It's part of me enjoying my vital life. And then I think of the other 5 grams for my brain. If you want to start smaller, totally do that. Start with 3 to 5 grams a day. There's no need to load. There's no loading phase. There's no cycling. Just be consistent. Those loading days and all that, that is not for us. We don't need to do that stuff. Step 3 is timing. You can really take it anytime. I usually mix mine in my coffee and then I sip on my coffee before, during, and after my workout. So I'm making sure my muscles are getting the creatine. And then my second dose, I always add it to my water. In fact, there's some creatine in there right now. So my second one would be in my water. It absorbs best after you use your muscles. So if you want to like stack it and get a little extra benefit, make sure you're drinking some creatine after you work out. Step 4, mix and take it. That's it. It's flavorless. It's a white powder. You can mix it into coffee, tea, smoothies, bone broth, water, whatever. It dissolves better in warm liquids. Cold water, it tends to clump, but actually it works just fine. This is like room temperature. No problem at all. I will say drink plenty of water overall because hydration helps the creatine actually do its job. Step 5, expect some steady results. That's a good news. In about 1 to 2 weeks, you're going to notice subtle changes, maybe less fatigue mid-workout or just throughout your day. And you'll be like, oh, my brain's working better. I have more energy to go through my whole day. It's really awesome. In weeks 3 to 4, expect stronger lifts in the gym, faster recovery, and fewer days. You know those days. No one wants those days. In about 8 weeks, your muscle tone, your energy, and your focus are going to shift noticeably. So being consistent is really key here. And I'm curious, have you tried creatine yet? Drop a quick yes or no in the comments because I love seeing where everyone's starting from. I have to say this, safety note, if your kidneys are healthy, creatine is completely safe. It is one of the most researched supplements in the entire world. However, if you have anything going on with your kidneys, please talk to your doctor first. I'm a holistic certified health coach, but I'm not your health coach. So do your due diligence. Okay, let's break up some myths about creatine. Myth number 1, creatine makes you puffy. Well, no, that's not true. It does draw water into your muscle cells. That's called hydration. That's not bloat. Your muscles actually look and feel firmer because the muscle has more water in it. Myth number 2, you can't take it with caffeine. I heard that on the internet recently. You absolutely can. The old warning came from one very outdated study with very high caffeine and very high creatine loading. That's not what we're doing here. Your morning coffee is totally fine. And also stack it like you already drink coffee or your morning drink. So why not add it in there? It makes it really easy to remember. And if you want to be extra cautious, take some creatine later with your breakfast. But again, like I said, I add it to my coffee. I sip it before, during, and after my workouts. I work out in the morning. I do know that your muscles take up more nutrients after you use them. They're like sponges, they're ready to go. So that's why I make sure I have my creatine after my workouts. Myth number 3, I eat meat, so I don't really need this. Well, meat gives you some creatine. Yes, that is true, but only like 1 gram a day. And research backed benefits happen anywhere from 3 to 5 grams a day. So if you've ever stood, am I doing this right? Same. I've had those same questions. And let me know in the comments if you've had those questions too, because you are in good company. Now, I always pull things through the 4 bodies. I believe our spiritual, emotional, mental creates our physical body. So, what does creatine have to do with those things? Well, we're going to start with our physical body. It helps your muscles work harder and recover faster. You're going to notice that you can lift, carry, and move with more ease. That's really good. From your workouts to walking your dog to carrying your groceries, your physical body is going to notice more energy. What about your mental? Did you know your brain actually runs on ATP? And ATP is like your body's battery pack. Think of it that way. Every time you move, think, blink, even breathe, your body uses this little burst of energy from your cells. You can think of ATP as tiny sparks that power everything inside of you. But those little sparks, those little don't last very long. And your body has to keep making those new sparks, those new bursts of energy all day long. And that's where things like creatine really help. Creatine gives your body extra fuel to recharge those little batteries faster so you don't run out of energy mid workout or midlife. You just don't run out of energy. More creatine means better energy and focus and memory. And you'll have less of those. Why did I come in here? You'll have less of those moments. They will start to fade. So, what about your emotional body? Well, when your body isn't running on fumes, your mood gets really steady. You feel calmer, more capable, less reactive to all the little things. And I just want to say, like, the kind of energy you get from creatine isn't over caffeinated feeling. It's not like that at all. It's just really steady, calm, clear thinking, real clear energy. Okay, what about the spiritual body? Taking creatine may sound like only physical, but I'm telling you, it's also a signal to your future self that you're choosing your health span over your lifespan because we want to live a long, healthy life, which is what a health span is. So that daily scoop becomes a ritual and self trust. Like I'm investing in myself and my future. So I have an experiment for you this week. Try adding 3 to 10 grams of creatine daily. Pair it with some strength training like the Menopause minis, which you can get in the show notes below, because creatine works best when your muscles are actually used. So strength training and creatine go hand in hand. So track a few things in your journal. Notice your energy before and after workouts. Notice your mood through the week. And just notice how steady you feel overall. And you're going to really start to feel these shifts around week 3. And it just might surprise yourself. You're like, hey, this is awesome. If you found this episode helpful, please check the show notes. I've linked my favorite foundational 5 supplement guide below. In fact, I just updated it today. Be sure to check them out. Click below. And I'd love to hear from you. Are you already using creatine? Are you curious about it? Have you started it? Tell me in the comments or send me a message. Let's see how strong midlife can really feel. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next week.